You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.
All right, of course, with Susan Taylor, she's the founder. It's been, so what, you started this, what was it, 11 years ago?
Oh, actually 14.
That's right, because it was under Essence, and then, there you go.
Right. It was after Katrina. We said we had to do more at the Essence Festival for the children who were really left homeless and hungry and lonely and depressed. And so that gave birth to Essence Cares, which has grown into the National Cares Mentoring Movement.
And of course, you've now had to move it to this place. You've grown from when Gala first started.
That's true. We've outgrown every space. This is the largest indoor ballroom in New York City. So here we are. We better fill it tonight, I know that.
And of course, the honoree tonight, this man standing right here, Robert Smith.
Brother Martin, so good to see you. So glad you're here. Happy to see you, my brother.
You know, had to be here. Always got to support Susan. And of course, this is how she guarantees you come here. So last year, when the gala was over, she's like, okay, the date is February 10th. So put it in your calendar right now and block the date off. So I couldn't say no, you know, because already.
Understood. That she is persistent, but her persistence is driven by love, and that's the point of it. And that's why I really love being around her and being a part of all that she does. She takes a holistic approach to how we heal our community. One person at a time, you know, one child at a time, and I think that's really why we're here.
And obviously, a lot of people really don't understand how great the need is when you talk about mentors, because you're not, what, 58 cities?
58 cities, Roland, that's right. I mean, and this is not what I ever thought I would be doing after 37 years at Essence. I thought I'd be teaching journalism, you know, newspaper making, magazine making, well, you know, digital world I'm not as familiar with, but really helping our young ones with literacy and understanding journalism at black colleges, my own program that would travel. But the village is on fire. I had no idea that the crisis among our young is as deep as it is.
Right.
You know, writing about it, sending journalists to report on it, and really waking up and going into schools where kids literally are coming to school hungry and high and having slept in cars and shelters. We're going to do better than this. I don't have any depression around it. I have confidence around it.
Robert, there are a lot of us, obviously, who grew up with parents who understand that those are the original role models, but the reality is not everybody has a stable home with a mother and a father raising them.
Correct. And I think the important part is we have to realize it's a community that's important. I just remember growing up how everyone I met and I knew and got introduced to was framed in regarding their role in the community. If they were part of the Boy Scouts, if they actually, you know, were part of Head Start in our neighborhood, that's how my parents introduced them. And so I realized it was important to be part of the community. Not everybody had two parents in their home. Not every parent got to come home and take care of the kids, but people in the community made sure that they had a place to come after school, made sure that they studied, made sure they worked with each other. And I just remember that as being a fabric of how I grew up. So as Susan started talking about the ways we need to really heal our community, those are the things I thought about, and how do we ensure that that happens in every community that we touch. So I'm just happy to be a part and do my part wherever I can.
Susan is not just the young folks with mentors. You also have this Parents University. I played in the golf tournament that was in Atlanta. We raised money for that. And that's something that people don't think about, that there are parents who were not raised to understand how to raise a kid. They need help. They need to be educated in doing so.
And you know, truly, I mean, when you said yes to that, you changed their life. And people don't understand that there are parents, none of us really knew how to raise a child. Now I know how to be a mother. Now that I'm a grandmother and I'm really practicing, you know, royally, I think I'm doing a good job. But what I'm so proud of is that the Solicitors General, right, from DeKalb, and also one of the other counties in Georgia, they are referring their clients to us rather than incarcerating them. You know, people who've created low-level crimes. But now, first of all, we had a hard time recruiting parents at the University for Parents. Now they don't want to leave. You got to get out the door.
It's called graduation. Y'all got to go.
You got to go. We have more people who need to take these seats, but it's really working beautifully. And thank you for your support.
Always, always. Last question for you, Robert. So, it was always interesting. I do panels all the time, people on social media, and they always talk about, man, if I was celebrities and entertainers and sports people would just give. But I use Bernie Sanders as an example. This is somebody who's running, whose average donation is $19. If you look at St. Jude, I'm one of the national ambassadors. They raise 800. They have to raise 800 million a year, but the average gift is around $20. And so what do you say to the person who's saying, "Oh, he's got enough," without realizing that no, your 5, your 10, your 20 actually also makes a difference in the kid's life?
Yeah, it all matters. I saw my mother write a $25 check to the United Negro College Fund every month as I grew up, and she did it for over 50 years. She realized, and even though I had some wants in my life, she said, we have some needs in our community.
She tithed to UNCF.
There's no question about it. And look, she was a school teacher. My parents were school teachers. We didn't have a lot of money, and frankly, I wore my brother's hand-me-downs till I was 14 years old, watching her write those checks. But she told me how important it was to be a part of your community and give to your community in ways that mattered. And in her mind, education, which I believe as well, is one of the principal ways that we have to do it. So $5 matters, $25, $35 million. I mean, whatever it takes to actually help and uplift our community is what each of us should do. Everybody's going to do their part.
All right, Susan, before we go, you make your money appeal.
My money appeal?
Right. You got to raise the money.
My appeal is for your heart first. Because if you open your heart to children whom society has written off, you will help us write them in with a check.
There you go. And we also auction this suit. We can raise some money, too. And so I appreciate it, Susan. Robert, thanks so much, Fred. I appreciate it, baby. I appreciate it.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Are you looking to enhance your leadership or that of your team in 2020? Well, you might want to join Dr. Jackie Hood Martin's newest online course and mastermind group, Successful People Think. She will be your guide as you learn timeless leadership principles to apply to daily living. Of course, she's a certified John Maxwell instructor, and so you want to take advantage of this. The offer expires February 28th. To register or to start the online course today, go to www.live2lead.com/Leesburg, right here. Live, the number 2, lead, LEAD.com/Leesburg. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.